Finally, on a personal level, I've had dozens of experiences where I would say that they're miracles in my life and I can truly see the hand of God.
Oh yeah, was the hand of God jerking himself off while he watched infants die in orphanages? Is that what he was doing? Because it seems to me like anybody that just stands by and watches a bunch of babies die in orphanages, like you seem to think happened, at least according to this video, seems to me like that guy might be a dick and not omnibenevolent. I wouldn't call somebody omnibenevolent if he sits there and he watches kids get bone cancer, or rather, according to the Bible, gives kids bone cancer, or any other kind of genetic disease that kids get, or anybody gets. It just kind of seems like your God is not omnibenevolent, but is just a giant asshole, is what it seems like, at least through the quote unquote logic that's laid out in the Bible. So I really don't understand why you would think that God is omnibenevolent. It truly confuses me.
I believe in God because I know him, I have a personal relationship with him, I see him in his creation, in all that is true, good, and beautiful.
Okay, so this is the ontological argument or the argument from design. Just because shit looks designed or looks beautiful or anything like that does not mean that God had to be the one to create it. We have natural explanations for how things developed here on the earth, or how life became as diverse as it has become here on earth. Once we have a natural explanation for some process or for something that happens in reality, that at that point we no longer need God in order to explain it. Maybe at one time the ontological argument was convincing to people. I'm sure it was. It had to come up at some point. Hell, the ontological argument is convincing to some people now, which I still don't understand that. But just because you perceive design does not mean that it actually is design, because we have natural processes to explain it. So we don't need a designer. Like I said, the worst arguments ever against atheism. I think, we don't need to take any of this down. If this is the caliber of what destroys atheism, we're fine.
Just like I know there's an artist because I see the artwork with all of my heart, with all my soul, with all my reason and logic. I truly believe that God exists. And the reason for me for sharing this belief is because it's been the greatest treasure in my life. But I just want to share it with the world. I want to share it with you. And my faith and my belief in Jesus Christ has made all the difference to me. It's a free gift that I've received that I just wish that everyone could also have as well.
I get his enthusiasm. I mean, I didn't exactly feel the same thing when I became an atheist. I mean, I didn't feel the need to go out and relieve people of their faith or anything like that. But I do understand his enthusiasm. He feels like this is the most important thing to him. So obviously it's got to be the most important thing to everybody. I feel like that's a bit of a childish way to think about it, but I get him feeling like this. You can't sit there and tell me that you used your reasoning, your intellect, your logic, and you have come to the conclusion of just believing in God without any evidence. That's not how reason, logic, or intellect works. You're trying to make an argument for having evidence and good arguments for evidence that God exists. But at the same time, he's saying that we don't have evidence for God existing, but we do know that God exists because of emotional reasons. That's what he just laid out here. He has emotional reasons for believing in God. It's important to him. He's experienced things that he could only explain by God existing. Just because you're ignorant of how shit works does not mean that God exists, okay? I get your enthusiasm. I do. I'm glad that you're so happy about sucking Jesus' dick. I really am happy for you that is something that's meaningful in your life, and I'm not going to try to take it away from you. But just keep in mind that the context of this video is he's trying to reveal to atheists how illogical and unreasonable it is to be an atheist. What did he say at the beginning of this? He said that,
but I do want to combat the false and infectious philosophy of atheism. So that's the point of this video.
He didn't attack that. He basically said that, oh, well, we have evidence for God, but we also don't have evidence for God. You just gotta believe in God, and then he will reveal himself and make himself known to you so that you can keep on believing in God. It all comes down to faith. You gotta have faith in God. You gotta have faith in him before you'll know he's real, and then you'll know he's real, and the rest is history, I guess. But these are ultimately emotional reasons.